here, and I want to talk to you today about the 7 biggest mistakes that I see newbie investors making. The first thing is not knowing your after repaired value. You have to do your comps to make sure that you know. You can't just guess. You have to know what it will appraise for. What's the difference if you got a ridiculous price if it won't appraise? So you've got to go by recent comps. Recent, about 3 months, within a mile of your property, similar square footage, similar bedrooms and bathrooms. And it's nice if you can get pictures to see what, if you go in to see what the realtor has said about the other properties that are sold, because you're looking for the ones that are in the best condition. So this is, is mine close enough, and if I fix it, can I get this? The second mistake I see people making is buying for appreciation. That is a recipe for disaster. You don't buy for appreciation. That's speculating. It is not investing. You make your money the day you go in. You realize it the day you go out. If it appreciates, great, but don't count on it. The next problem I see people making is they don't have an exit strategy. You have to decide, if I get this property, what am I going to do with it? And then it's also helpful to have a secondary. What if that one doesn't work? Because you have to know what you can do with it, what it'll sell for, what it'll rent for, what you're going to do with it. The next mistake I see people making is only buying properties with cash that are cheap and have a lot of equity. There are plenty of ways to make money through terms. Even though the property has no equity, even if it's upside down, you could still make money. So make sure you just don't limit yourself to only buying properties that have equity. You need to find out, what are the other ways? How can I buy and make money with terms? The next mistake I see people making is thinking they're going to assign a contract. Well, the banks will never let you do that. And until recently, you could do that with a California contract, but last year the realtor's contract was changed, and now they forbid assignment. So just be aware of that. Don't think you're going to sign something up. If you're doing it with a FSBO, then you use one of my funky contracts that my son Bill, the attorney, did, which is basically Swiss cheese, so you don't have to worry about that. But when dealing with a realtor, you are not assigning that contract. The next problem I see people making is not following up. Just because something is in escrow does not mean it's going to close. So you have to keep following up until it closes. And if you're dealing with a homeowner who is facing foreclosure, you got to follow up with them all the time until either they sell it or lose it. Everybody in the beginning is hopeful. Sometimes it's even like 10 days out and they say, I took care of it. No, they didn't. And you've got to be on them until absolutely the last minute, because it might be the last minute they decide to get real. Now, the last problem I see that investors do as in beginning is paralysis of analysis. Yes, you have to do your homework. Yes, you have to know what you're doing. But it gets to a point where you've just got to make an offer. If you have not put up any money, the worst they can do is call you names. There's nothing you can do. I mean, you just really, and even in a realtor's contract, you have a period of time where you can cancel. So you've got to be willing to move forward. Nothing is ever going to be perfect. Well, I'll wait until this, I'll wait until that. Just get in there and do it. So if you want to learn more, make sure you check out my mentoring page and my Real Estate Investors Club page and get going. It's the beginning of the year, so let's do it. This is a great time to learn.